The funhouse was a long, narrow tunnel built in an L shape. The foot of the L was built out over the beach and was supported by wooden stilts. The dark wooden structure contained several small balconies which separated one chamber from another. When people reached the balconies, they could relax and take in the scenery before going on to the next challenge. Tess survived the tossing and tilting of the first tunnel, then stopped on one of these balconies to let her stomach settle down. Gina, Trudy, and Candace went on to the third chamber, a nylon-padded tunnel with a floor of heavy metal chain links. On the balcony, Tess breathed in the cool, salty air of the sea. But she felt uneasy. She couldn't stop thinking of the man who had committed suicide in the funhouse long ago. Tess was lost in thought when Guy Joe came up beside her.
Are you sick, Tess?
Mm-mm. I'm just catching my breath.
Oh.
You go ahead with the others.
Hey, Beak's still back there clowning around as usual. He got hung up on the tilting tunnel. Sam's gone back to give him a hand.
Guy Joe? Do you think the crash was an accident? Now tell the truth.
Oh, who knows? Anything's possible, right? The question is, why would someone do something so awful?
Yeah.
Just then, Sam and Beak caught up with them, and they all headed back inside. Tess always found that the hardest part of the funhouse for her was the chamber with no solid floor. All it had was a cluster of whirling metal saucers. There was nothing to grasp onto for balance except folds of black nylon on the walls. Tess had discovered that the only way she could make it across this chamber was by lowering herself to a sitting position and sliding from saucer to saucer on her backside. It took longer, and it seriously dented her dignity, but it worked. Tess had started to do this when she realized that she was tired of feeling like a fool, tired of trying to keep her balance on moving boards, chains, and circles. She just wanted to go home. She decided then not to use the steps down from the funhouse, but to get out the quickest way possible, by sliding down the steep metal chute that led directly to the beach. She landed at the bottom, her legs sprawled in the sand. Trudy, Candace, and Gina were already there, watching the surf pounding on the shore. Beak, Sam, and Guy Joe followed Tess down the chute.
Listen, guys, I'm going to split.
Oh, not already, Tess?
Oh, Gina, my head is cracking right down the middle. I need to sleep. Oh, hey, wait, my keys are gone. I put my key case in my back pocket so I wouldn't have to lug my purse around with me.
Sure?
Oh, no, it must have fallen out in the funhouse. Oh, Gina, my stomach can't handle that place again.
I'll go. It's your red leather key case, right?
Uh-huh.
The one with your initials on it?
You'll never find it in there, Gina. Get maintenance to look for it.
Why doesn't Tess go herself? They're her keys.
We'll all go.
Don't be silly, Sam. I'll go and I'll be right back. I know the place like the back of my hand.
Hey, where's Gina going?
To find Tess's car keys.
Why does she have to look for him?
Well, for heaven's sakes, Doss, I'll go, okay? I'll go.
Tess hated to go into the funhouse again, but after all, they were her keys, and she couldn't let Gina search for them alone. She entered the rolling wooden walkway and clutched at the padded walls.
Gina? Gina? I'm in here, Tess, but I can't find...
Gina? Gina, where are you?
Stumbling along the wooden walkways, Tess came to the chamber with the floor of metal saucers. They were separated by small spaces, through which you could see the hard sand of the beach far below. The tiny spaces provided no danger, unless any of the large round circles was missing. And right now, one was. Tess couldn't believe it. There was a large gap in the flooring. She edged over and looked down. Below her, on the sand, she could see a small green plastic pail left by a careless child. Beside it, her left leg sticking out at a sickening angle, her face twisted in agony, was Gina. Lying very still.
Why did Gina get in the way like that? Tess should have gotten her own keys. It was a cinch slipping them out of her pocket in the dark. My plan would have worked. Damn Tess's weak stomach. I took out that disc floor. She screwed up my schedule. I'll punish her just like I wish I could punish that guy in Lila's journal, that Buddy.
Buddy came to see me yesterday.
He says he knows a family who will give my baby a good home when it's born. I threw him out. Does he think that just because Tully's gone, I'd give away our child?
Then a few days later, Lila wrote,
Buddy comes back every day. He keeps at me to give up my baby. He says I'll never get a job on the boardwalk. The owners think I'll make the customers uncomfortable after what Tully did there. He says I'll never be able to support my baby, and his friends could give the baby everything. What am I going to do?
And several days later,
Buddy told me this family will pay all my rent and expenses until the baby's born if I agree that they get the baby and I don't let anyone know I'm pregnant. They wouldn't want anyone to know the baby isn't theirs. The woman has gone to Europe, and she'll tell everyone she had the baby in England. I have no money left. I have to let Buddy help me. I have no choice. No one will give me a job. I'll accept their money for now, but I'm not giving up my baby. Tess struggled through the rest of the funhouse, pushing aside the fake bats and skeletons and smoking dragons, until she reached the exit.
Gina, don't be
Someone
bad.
go for an ambulance!
I'll go be.
I think Guy Joe went.
Gina, all right.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know how bad she's hurt. There's no blood. Here comes Mr. Mancini.
The manager of the boardwalk, a short, squat man, pushed through the crowd around Gina and knelt down beside her.
What happened? Let me check her pulse. She's alive, thank God. Did she hit her head? How long has she been lying here? Her leg looks real bad.
It's broken, Mr. Mancini. Fractured, probably. It doesn't look like a clean break.
You an expert?
I'm Sam Oliver. My father's a doctor.
I can't understand how this happened. Why was that circle missing?
What was missing? A circle?
Yes, one of the spinning saucers in the funhouse, right up there.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was gone. Gina probably didn't see the hole in time and fell through it. I can't believe it. All the saucers were in place when we were there earlier.
The manager, Mr. Mancini, would have asked Tess more questions, but the ambulance arrived, and the paramedics took over. Tess wanted to go with Gina to the medical center, but Mr. Mancini stopped her.
Look, your friend is in good hands. You can see her later. Right now, I'd like you to show me where this happened.
Okay, Candace, we should call Gina's parents.
It's okay, Tess. Guy Joe went to call them.
Oh, good. Come on then, miss. Let's have a look at those saucers.
Tess led Mr. Mancini and her friends back into the chamber. They stared at the spot where the gaping hole had been. Not a single circle was missing.